yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, look into my eyes.
I'm Chyna Desveaux and you're watching UK Community ITV. I'm joined here with the one and only Marshell. How are we?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm great.
You've literally, just got off stage. How are you feeling?
Well, every time when you go on stage, it's just like another kind of energy, and so when you come off, it's like that whole rush. It's like, I'm just tingling.
Obviously, you're performing some of your, amazing tracks that you've had out. Everyone knows G-Spot. I saw the crowd going a bit crazy, girls doing the dances. How does that make you feel to have that power over an audience?
I'd say it's not so much about power; it's about the connection. It's blessed. It's a blessing. I think for most artists, the one thing that they'd like, throughout their whole career is to have that one song. If you have more, that's great. But I think I've kind of strived to have more of not just the one song, but a connection. So regardless of what you're singing, that connection is there.
How would you get that connection with your audience? How would you sort of embrace them into your songs?
It's all about. It's all about growing. That's all I can say. It's not so much about technique. It's all about. It becomes a level of spirituality. I've grown up in the church, so it's like it's just a whole nother level, a whole nother vibe. And yeah, just trying to be the best that I can be, and trying to improve all the time.
So obviously, we all know about your past. Tell me about what's happening now. Where have you been hiding? What's coming up for this year?
There's many things. Before, for me, the most important thing was is having a career in music. But by learning more about it, what it is that I'm trying to achieve is that I've understood more of how I can help others. So I've had to educate myself so I can educate other youth, my son included. He's 17 now.
Is he also in the music industry?
Not in the music industry, but as we say, the connection is in all things, So so it's been very interesting. It's taken me from, I've been asked to be the head tutor or create a program for performing arts, like an academy of performing arts, and I love to teach. So I've helped teach sound engineering and production in a few other academies where they've had like a 99% pass rate.
Wow.
So it's and obviously producing, just doing what I love doing, from mastering to singing to producing,
No, that's good. What would be the one piece of advice you'd give anyone that is trying to break into the music industry, or sort of any passion that they've got? What would be the one piece of advice that you'd give them to sort of chase their dreams?
Well, the advice that I'd give, many women may not agree with it, and sometimes I don't agree with it too. But if you're really true about if you're really serious about what you want to do, you've got to tap into the root. And why I say many people, even myself, sometimes may not totally agree with it, is because it takes a lot of time. So it's understanding that balance, But if you really want to chase your dream, money, fame, all those things don't really come into it, because it's about you as an individual, and you find from that you'll actually find yourself. Which for me was very interesting.
What would you say the do's and don'ts about the music industry?
From where I see it, I'd say if you're going for it, try and work with the best people, and try and learn from the best people, because I find a lot of the time we look at the tools and hence the computer and the sounds and stuff like that, and we look at the tools and believe that that's the thing that's going to make us rich. That's the new sound, so everybody runs and chases the new sound on the new program. The real deal is like, you know, you can pick up an old guitar and still make a hit record. So where is it coming from? It's got to be deeper than just, you know, just the sound or the new effect or the new tool. Really, it's like you've got a toolbox and say I'm gonna build a car because without any experience.
A lot of people seem to think at the moment that you know, this sort of new craze of music that's coming in, it's not like your old school stuff like yourself, and they feel that that is what's kind of bringing the music industry up. Would you agree, or do you reckon people need to bring back some old school?
I think music is music, and as long as, you know, as long as there's passion, that is the, you know, to me that's where the key is. So some people will say, you know what, that's why music ain't selling. You know, because there's no passion. But I know there's a lot of good music out there too, you know. So I mean, I suppose our parents would have told us the same thing. Oh, there's no passion, so that's not good, you know. So at the end of the day, once it's good, once there's passion behind it, whether you sell 1 copy or you sell 10. I got a friend who always says, you know, if you're making music, you know, whether the record comes out or not, 5 years from then, you should be able to pull all the different, you know, the millions of copies that you've got pressed up, if you're going to press a record, CD. Bear in mind that it's downloads now. So if you're supposed to be able to pull that record out and play it and still have the same smile as you had when you made it. You know, otherwise, you know, I've spoken to many people who says, I can't believe I listened to that. You know, so that told me that really it was just about a phase, as opposed to actually loving it. You know, whereas some people, I did the Sam Cooke song earlier, some people pull out songs just like that and they react. They still react. They still have the same feeling. It takes them right back to where they were before.
People tend to do that with your music.
That's great.
Well, Wayne, thank you so much for obviously the interview. You've done an amazing job out there. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely want to see some more stuff from you. I'm sure the public do as well. Where can we find you if we do want to see you?
Well, I'm just about to launch my online site and the whole download thing. So all I can say is really look out for
on Twitter?
Wayne Marshell. Sorry?
We're on Twitter?
Yes, look out for Wayne on Twitter. As I'm just literally setting up the whole infrastructure. Okay. So, you know, I don't just want to tweet, oh hey, I'm going to the toilet, I'm just about to, you know, I want to you know, give people constructive stuff to look for as well, you know. So again, just, you know, if I'm doing something, it's got to be I've got to have some kind of passion behind it or some reason to do it. So I don't want to send people just really tweet and say, hey, buy my record, or hey, you know, it's more, I'd like to give people something of value. Something
that's constructive. That's great. Right. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Wayne. It's been a pleasure to meet you. This is UKCETV.
Oh, yeah, yeah.